The best gaming keyboard is a delight to use. Each key press registers immediately and without issue, allowing you to see beyond the mechanical process of pushing keys and simply immersive yourself in your game of choice. Hello guys, today's video we're taking a look at the 5 best gaming keyboards of 2022. And if you want more information, we also put the links in the description box down below. Thanks. Starting up our list with number 5, we've got the Keychron K2 mechanical keyboard. The Keychron K2 redefines affordability for wireless or wired gaming keyboards. It's marked itself out in the eyes of generalists as a marvelous entry-level keyboard that can act as a gateway into the wider world of mechanicals. Starting out at just $79, you get a decent-sized gaming keyboard with great wireless functionality and Gaterin mechanical switches for your money. Its design is simple with great ABS keycaps and a slightly more compact 8-4 key layout that only skims out on the numpad and offers a slightly squashed nav cluster. Whilst I previously argued that 60% compact keyboards may be the way to go if you're a space-saving gamer, and a 75% offer may make me rethink that decision. As for backlighting, there are 4 levels of lighting to choose from and a load of standard lighting effects. It's nicely vibrant and crisp and offsets the darker keycap coloring nicely, but it's a little bit of a pain having to cycle through all the presets to get to the static lighting mode. And with a battery at a 4,000 mAh capacity, the K2 can go the distance with or without backlighting. You'll get 68 hours with full lighting and 240 hours without, meaning you can go weeks without touching the charging cable. That's USB Type-C in case you were wondering. All in all though, if you're looking for an entry-level mechanical keyboard, this is a good choice, especially if you're working from home and using multiple devices. That's not even considering its wireless capability, which really feels like the icing on the cake of the already impressive Keychron K2. Next, with number 4, we've got the HyperX Alloy Elite 2. HyperX's rather jazzy-putting keycaps are the first thing you'll notice when you catch sight of the Elite 2. They don't do anything, unfortunately. They are pretty spectacular to behold. Look past the striking exterior, however, and you'll find a remarkably well-equipped mechanical gaming keyboard that actually represents pretty good value for money. The Alloy Elite 2 is a full suite of large, easily accessed media controls, including playback controls such as pause or play, rewind, skip, and volume controls, a mute button, and volume wheel. It also has a button to cycle the brightness of the RGB lighting, a button to cycle the lighting effect, and a button to activate a game mode that locks the Windows key to prevent accidental presses. The cherry on the cake is a USB 2.0 pass-through port for your gaming mouse or external storage device. HyperX's mechanical switches, found on the keyboard, are available in 3 variants. The red switches we tested were well suited for work and play but lack the overly clicky actuation that gamers tend to like, but with a penchant for clickiness might want to try the blue switches instead. In general use, though, the Alloy Elite 2 was a pleasure to type and game on, but the lack of a wrist rest is mildly disappointing, and probably the only drawback to what is an otherwise excellent gaming keyboard with a fiercely competitive, though still hefty price tag. To conclude, for gamers, streamers, and multitaskers who need to have more control at their fingertips, the HyperX Alloy Elite 2 is the keyboard for you. With dedicated media keys and a large volume wheel, this fully featured gaming keyboard's ready for everything from video editing to watching movies. Next up at number 3, we've got the Razer BlackWidow V3 Pro. If you want the same experience as your typical full-size mechanical gaming keyboard but without wires, the Razer BlackWidow V3 Pro is the best wireless gaming keyboard we've tested. While many wireless keyboards are built for traveling, the BlackWidow V3 Pro maintains all the size, bulk, and functionality of a full-sized mechanical keyboard, including a premium tactile volume dial, media keys, an aluminum top plate, and double-shot ABS plastic keycaps. Razer doesn't skimp on the BlackWidow V3 Pro. It's packed with up to 4 profiles of onboard memory and vibrant per-key RGB lighting. However, RGB doesn't stick to profiles. Advanced RGB fanatics will have to rely on software for pairing RGB, including custom effects to profiles. The BlackWidow V3 Pro comes at 17.76 by 9.79 by 1.67 inches in size, 3.14 pounds in weight, and can connect to your computer via a 2.4 GHz dongle or Bluetooth up to 3 computers simultaneously. With RGB at max settings and no dimming effects, our test unit averaged about 14 hours of battery life, but you'll get up to 25 hours with RGB using power-saving settings. You'll want to plug in before the battery hits 3% with detachable USB-C, as power-saving settings kick in at that point and the keyboard starts acting a little wonky. Overall, if you're looking for a more portable, full-size wireless gaming keyboard, the Logitech G915 TKL is fantastic and reliable with low-profile switches that some will enjoy for gaming and others will enjoy for travel. But for a full-size mechanical gaming keyboard experience, the BlackWidow V3 Pro is the premium choice. At number 2, we got the Logitech G915 TKL. Logitech G915 TKL is the fusion of two growing trends from the very companies that promulgated them: dependable, low-latency wireless connectivity from Logitech and low-profile, laptop-like mechanical switches from Kyle. The combination is an impressive one, allowing the construction of an ultra-thin keyboard for gaming and typing that feels great to use and looks super clean on your desk, especially in this new compact form factor. There are 3 low-profile switch types offered here right off the bat: clicky, tactile, and linear. So you can opt for the amount of tactile and audible feedback that makes sense to you. The Lightspeed wireless connection worked perfectly in our testing, providing the same wired feel as the Logitech G Pro wireless gaming mouse. Battery life was also strong at around 40 hours with backlighting at max brightness. Bluetooth is also available, which adds more latency, but allows the keyboard to work with devices like phones and tablets. It's possible to switch between Bluetooth and Lightspeed connections with a press of a button, which makes it a convenient companion for a smartphone, iPad, or laptop without a full-size USB port. Elsewhere, Logitech has paid an impressive amount of attention to detail. The aluminum alloy body of the G915 TKL feels incredibly robust despite its thin design, with softly rounded corners and a comfortable zero-friction volume roller in the upper right corner. The TKL design means that there are no dedicated macro keys or number pad, as we saw on the full-size G915, but there are still media controls beneath the volume roller and various profile settings along the top. RGB backlighting is included beneath each key, which of course can be set to a single color, turned down, or disabled entirely if you prefer. The last product on our list is the Corsair K100 RGB. The fundamental core of the K100 is very much like the K95, with the same premium quality throughout, the same overall design, the same macro keys down the left-hand side, the same metal roll in the top right corner, and the same media keys just below it, and the same double-shot keycaps. USB pass-through is easy to access, and you get a comfortable wrist rest that snaps on magnetically just like before. The K100 also has more of that lovely RGB lighting that Corsair knows we love so much. In total, there are now 4 to 4 zones for you to throw light out of. It spills out of the sides, as well as out of the back too. And having rippling, wavy patterns play off your keyboard can be every bit as distracting as you can imagine. These switches feel great for typing, with a 1mm actuation point and 4 to 5 grams actuation force, bottoming out at 3.2mm. When it comes to software, Corsair Axon hyperprocessing technology supports a native polling rate of 4000 Hz, though it's set to 1000 Hz by default. You can even use the little IQ wheel on the top of the board to play around with the lighting. All in all, you're looking at an excellent key response, a decent spread of keys for most hand sizes, a satisfying tactile click to each press, and wonderfully dimpled keys to help you rest your fingers when you're not actually pressing down. While this all seems quite obvious, it shows that the K100 RGB nails the basics as well as including the fancy extras, and that's why it's top of the list.